You had questions about the ZR2, and today I'm answering them while we put some miles on this beast. We're talking wheels, tires, steps, trim, and even whether I regret not going with the Bison. If you've ever wondered what it's like living with this truck day to day, buckle up. You're about to get the real answers, not the ones found in the brochure. What's up, guys? We are leaving work. We are in the ZR2, and on my way home I figured I'd just take some of the questions that you guys had for me and answer them for you. Let's just get right into it. All right, guys, the first question, and I got this a lot, was what leveling kit and wheel combo do you have? So I got the CCE 1-inch leveling kit. So it's like a puck that sits at the top of the shock. You just put it on the top of the shock and it gives you a little bit of a lift up front, essentially leveling your truck. Also, as far as the wheels, I really like the Fuel Rebels, and they are a 17x9 with a -12 offset. With that offset, it's the perfect amount of poke for me. It's not sticking out crazy, but it's just enough, and it makes the truck look just a little bit wider than stock. The stock, they're still sitting inside the wheel well. So with this -12 offset, it's just the right amount of poke for me. So I think it looks good. It sits wide, it sits mean, it looks really good. A lot of people were also asking, what size tires am I running? So I don't know if a lot of you guys think that I put bigger tires on. I just went with the stock tires. I just got wheels. So the stock tires are the 33s. And that's it. I just went, they were brand new basically. So I just got wheels for it, and I got the -12 offset. So that's it. I'm just running the stock 33s. More questions about the wheels. What size and what width are your Fuel Rebels? So I went with the 17x9s, like I said, and I don't get any rubbing, and I think that's because of the leveling kit that I put on. So there is no rubbing whatsoever. Going over bumps, whoops, no rubbing at all. Another question was, did your fuel economy go down? Did you notice any difference when you changed your wheel and tire combo? And the answer to that is no, because I didn't change the tire size. I didn't notice anything significant at all. Like I said, a lot of people think that I went with bigger tires. I did not. My tires were brand new, and I couldn't justify getting rid of the tires and going 35s. Maybe in the future, but I doubt it. I like the way the truck looks. I like the way the truck sits. So yeah, I don't think that I'll go bigger, and it didn't at all change my fuel economy. This thing doesn't get really great fuel economy anyways. I get, 18, 17, 18 at most. Miles to the gallon, that is. So a lot of people ask me about the steps that I got. The steps actually came with the truck when I bought it, and I believe they are just a GM part. They are a GM part. So they directly mount onto the rock sliders, and they're easily removable. So when they are on, you do lose about 4 inches of ground clearance. So if I know I'm going to, on a big trip or an off-road trip and doing some, rock crawling or anything like that, I know I have to take them off. And they're fairly easy to take off. 4 bolts each step. I like them. I'm short, so without them, I'd be, I would have to jump up into this thing. And I think I'd probably look pretty silly doing that. every time I got into my truck. So, yeah, I like them. They're just a GM part. You can probably look it up or just go to the GM website, find them there. So a really good question is, would you consider purchasing a lower trim, such as the LT or the Trail Boss, now that the TurboMax is standard on all those trucks? Yeah, I mean, it kind of depends on everybody's situation, right? For me, I'm lucky enough that I can just go and get the top of the line and not have to put in all that work. But, you know, my ZR2 looks like everybody else's ZR2, right? If I started out with a lower trim, a Trail Boss or whatever, I'd be able to customize it any way I wanted to. You know, whether that comes out to be less expensive or, you know, depending on how crazy you want to go. It could even be more expensive. But yeah, I mean, that's something that I actually recommended to my son. You know, he's 23, looking to get into a truck, and I said, you know, even the work truck has all the interior tech and the same motor. You know, I think he could absolutely, you know, get a lift later on. Or there's all sorts of ways that you can customize these trucks. Any truck. So, yeah, for me, it wasn't something that I wanted to do. I just wanted to get into the ZR2 right away. But for somebody like my son, I think, you know, to save a little money in the beginning, it'd probably be good for him to start out with like even the work truck or an LT or, you know, a Trail Boss, whatever he can afford. So for some people, it's a good idea. For me, I just went with the ZR2. I like the ZR2. Now, here's the biggest question that I got, and one that kind of made me think, but the question was, do you wish you would have gotten the Bison instead? And for me, the Bison, it's a badass truck. It looks good. It's an awesome truck. You know, it's a ZR2 on steroids. But I did not want a 35-inch tire blocking my rear view. I didn't want to lose all that bed space. I mean, I still put a lot of stuff in the bed of my truck, whether it's bicycles, my motorcycle. I just like having bed space. That's why I got the truck. You know, Home Depot runs. I didn't want to lose that bed space, and that's the biggest reason why I didn't wish or have to have the Bison. Cool truck. Those bump stops, those are cool, you know. And the lucky thing with the 24s and up is they came with the bump stop mounts. So in the future, if I want, I can add the bump stops. And I think the 26s are actually coming with the bump stops. So don't quote me on that. I think I saw that or read that somewhere. But yeah, that was the biggest reason. 35s are cool, but not in the bed of my truck. I'm glad I have a spare tire underneath. Well, that's it for today's Q&A on the ZR2. Let me know if you guys like this style of video, or if I sound like an idiot. Yeah, you never know. Completely unscripted. I just have the questions written down. If you haven't yet, like, subscribe if you've been following me for a while and haven't subscribed yet. Post questions for part 2. Maybe I'll do a part 2 for this. Maybe I'll start making this a regular series where I just talk to you guys while I drive. I'm sure I'll probably get better at it. I probably sound like a bumbling idiot right now. But anyways, thank you guys for watching. It's very much appreciated. I enjoy all the feedback that I get from you guys, even if you guys are telling me I'm stupid. Whatever, it's all good. I've got thick skin. My friends have called me worse. So, until next time, guys, I'll catch you on the next one. And that wraps up today's ZR2 ride-along Q&A. If your question didn't make it in, drop it in the comments. I'm already planning the next one of these. Let me know if you like this style of video. This only works because of you guys. So keep the questions coming. Thanks for riding along, and I'll see you on the next one.